Hey everybody, how you doing? Let me move that microphone. Test, test, test. Okay, there we go. I think that's working now. Okay, everyone. Hey, welcome back. Happy MLK Day for those of you that celebrate that. Um, we are back with another Nikola Flyover, and let's see what we got here for people in the chat before we get started. Hope everyone had a good weekend, and I don't know if everybody was off from work or not, but hey, let me know. Did you work? Are you working today? Or we were wondering that if more people are going to be online because maybe we had people off from work. Not sure, but there we go. We got 24 people on. I see JJ is here. Hey JJ, did you see Big Red? Yeah, I did see that video. What did you guys think of that? It was. I thought it was going to be like a fully red truck, and that was kind of like split two tone with a white in the red. So I'm not even 100% sure that is an Anheuser-Busch truck, though I suppose I was told that there was supposed to be one in December. So I don't know, it probably was, but can't say for sure. It did not have any logos on it. Let's see. Boss said the sound, please. You guys are so picky. You want sound with this stuff. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I was told that when I moved the mic over, we lost sound and the mute button wasn't on. So things like that just keep happening. I'm going to get this straightened out. We got the new computer and things are a little bit different. Had to upgrade my streaming software, and so buttons are in a little different place also. But hey, we're working. So let's see what else we got here. Elon from Israel, and Born says, "Hi Bear, just a little curiosity for you. I got the same name as you. Bjorn is bear in English. Nice. I will have to remember that. People can call me Bjorn's Workshop." Daniel, I'm trucking to Phoenix. What are you driving? You driving a Nikola by any chance? Let's see. Hello, Bear. Greetings from Germany. Daniel says most likely it is Anheuser-Busch. I know. I just can't. I just like to be on the fence if I'm not 100% sure. I'm always going to say not sure about that. AP says, "Hi Bear, do you know about development news for this company that's not out in the media yet?" No, I mean I knew about the Anheuser-Busch coming out in December. I knew that back in September. We were told that by an employee who works there that we should be looking out for that. Um, they don't. Nobody really keeps me in the know. I'm just sharing what I see and making my best judgments upon what I can actually see with my eyes. We do see trucks running around there all day. Uh, Today there was one truck out there. Last week we saw as many as four at the same time. Without being able to identify them with numbers, it's hard to say if they're the same trucks or different trucks. Though we did see four trucks out there on Wednesday, and then by Friday when we came back, there were frames missing. There was 4 frames missing. I had miscounted originally, but there's 4 frames that were brought in, which means something came out of there new and they now have an open spot. Either that or they're getting the assembly line all put together down on the new phase, which I don't think they're ready for that because they don't have any of the production equipment inside yet. Let's see. iMelt says there was one AB truck at the factory, but you didn't go that day. Okay. Yes, that is true. I'm wondering if it was the same white and red one. Just released a new episode of Nikola series. We'll have to take a look at that if we haven't seen that. And I haven't gotten a chance to watch Jay Leno's Lucid video, which I plan to. I actually subscribed today and I hit the bell for notifications. I did not get a notification on that, but I am definitely going to be taking a look at the Lucid video. I think we all should see what Jay Leno has to say about it. And Daniel's driving a Peterbilt 579. I'm not even sure how big that truck is, but I'm sure it's quite big. Let's see, Elon, is there any news this week that you can update us? No, there really isn't, except for the fact that construction continues. They were working today. The employees were working and the construction guys were working. Not everybody celebrates MLK Day, and not every company gives that day off as a paid holiday. So it looked like everybody was there and working. So speaking of which, let's go over and take a look at the other screen where we have the video. We'll start running through that. If my audio goes out, it doesn't mean that I'm going to not fix it, but let's see what happens when we switch. All right, the microphone's still working. I was worried about that because that's what happened last week when the mic wasn't working. We switched screens and then we lost sound again. So we did our typical flyover today. We looked at everything we possibly could. Then we're going to do our recap. That's January 14th of last year, not today, or not 3 days ago. We did a video yesterday on the recap. I'm going to adjust that camera just a bit. Yep, there we go. Make sure my head's not being cut off. It makes me look bald when it's gone from there. But yeah, we did a recap video yesterday for 1 year. Hey Lily, nice to see you here. You made it on time, almost. So yesterday's video was put out if you want to take a look at that, and we did a scene from every month of flying over the factory, and you can see how well it looks, so, or how much progress there was. So that was a pretty exciting video, I thought, because when you've gone out there so many times and you go over these videos from one to the other, they almost look the same, but then when you go back and you look where they were a year ago, it's quite different, and it's quite exciting to see it. So in this video, we're coming off of we flew in from the east side. We're headed west right now, a little bit northwest. You can see at the front of the building, they still have to do the work on the facade right there. But the main thing that's doing up here is getting the mezzanine, or let's call it the cover for the cars. So they're getting all of those taken care of, and they're putting caissons in there, or just large foundations, whatever you want to call them. And you can see how they're evenly spaced. Definitely not lights that I first thought before they started digging. I was like, yeah, maybe they're putting some really beefy foundations for the light poles, but no, it turned out that that's going to be for the covered parking, and we still don't know if there is going to be any solar on that. We're hoping for that. Coming up over here on the left, you can see the security building. Let's get my mouse over there. I'm gonna have to make my mouse bigger for you guys next time. So they're almost ready to pour the foundation for that security building. They've got a lot of the work done, and I think they're putting down rebar today, possibly. It's hard to see in here, but they're working on the plumbing. I know that. Looks like they've got some additional dirt down. There's no rebar in there. But they're doing whatever they need to do, and you can see it's ready to go with the steel. So I think this week we might see some concrete in there. Over on the right, if anyone has any idea what this thing is, I'm just not sure what this is. It's got green pipe connected with a T to whatever this is here. And I'm not sure what that is, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like irrigation. It could be, though, but it doesn't look like any irrigation that I've ever dealt with. And I got a little bit of experience with that. So I'm not sure what that's going to be for yet. You can see we're flying over to the frame area. I think we're going over the frame area right now. Edward says, great job. Thanks. And you're welcome, Edward. Now, you can, what do we look at? Okay, so you can see all the employee parking. Okay, now we're looking at the frames. So these 10 have been stacked there for a while. There's been no changes with those 10. And on the other ones that we're going to look at here in a bit, there was originally 24 there. And they took away one complete pile and then one on top of here. Yeah, my mouse is still hard to see for you guys. So there's 6 times 3 plus 2. So we've got 20 right there and the other pile of 10. So there's 30. So that's our main thing we want to keep an eye on to see when those are moving in. And that's going to tell us how long it takes to before a truck comes out, or how many we're getting a week or a month or whatever the number might be. So you can see up here, we've just got a couple trailers. They're dumping off a dumpster, but there's all the employees in the parking lot. It doesn't look like many people took the day off at all. As you guys know, this is the battery building. This is where they store the batteries until they're ready to put them in the truck. It's some sort of regulation that the battery buildings need to be separated either in another building or by a decent amount of firewalls to prevent any potential fires from spreading to other places. So that's why that building is separate. And this building eventually will be extended into this parking lot, and then extended again to fill in the rest of that lighter colored topsoil. Over here we can see that there's the Nikola BEV. That's the one with the US DOT sticker on the side. It's been the same one that we've pretty much seen for the last week and a half, just hanging around there. But we've seen others come out and then they've gone away. We saw like a brownish one the other day. There was what looked like a brand new white one. I only say it because of how clean everything was on it. And here we're going to go in and get a closer look at this BEV. And there's where the charging station in the bottom left-hand corner, that's where that was moved to. That's a 350 kilowatt charger. IML says, leave a like on today's stream, guys. Yes, please. Don't forget to leave a like. We're sitting at a mere 19 likes. I think we can do better than that. I think that's what the correct number is. I don't know if I'm getting updated or not. Somebody hit that like button so I can see if it goes up. That right there is a heater that was installed. That's blowing hot air into the tent area. Now, there's 2 reasons why they might need heat. One, it's been chilly here, especially in the morning. We're at 40 degrees. Or the other reason is for testing purposes. If they're hooking up test equipment, you want to have it at a baseline, and you're looking for a certain baseline, but the temperature needs to be, the air temperature needs to be at a certain level. If you're measuring it against something else, you got to keep all things the same for that. Okay, 21 likes. Okay, so I am getting updated, but hey, we can do more than 21. How many guys we got on here? 49? Now we're at 23. Thanks, guys. That's starting to pop up. Okay, yeah, there's the USDOT sticker on the side that shows that it's registered to Nikola. And we're going to try and get some license plate information just so that we can keep score of which truck is which, as long as they don't switch plates. This is a Dynamometer building. You can see that that concrete is curing up on the top of the screen. They've started to put down some forms, and there's a look inside there. I'm not exactly sure why they need this part or what the function is. I know that they need it. I just don't know the reasons why. They had a lot of piping going in. You can see all those pipes. I believe that's going to get hooked up to test equipment. But there, again, you can see the forms that have been laid out. And we're going to zoom in on those real quick. All right, guys, 27 likes. That's pretty good. Daniel says, Nikola is producing green hydrogen at the facility? ? Have you seen any solar panels? I have not seen any solar panels. I have not seen any green hydrogen or any hydrogen stations where they're going to be creating them. And that's been up in the air whether or not that's going to happen. Now, I did not see any plans. I was in the town of Coolidge in their plans office, and they had a lot of plans for Nikola. I did not see anything there about a hydrogen station. So either I didn't see those plans. I mean, and there was lots of rolls. They were on a shelf and big rolls like this. But we didn't open up any one. I don't think there was anything there related to a hydrogen generating station. It's possible it could come in the future though. But I just didn't see anything at the time. I think I asked about that too, because that one had a bit of curiosity about. That one's important. As you can see here, we're flying out. We did a low flyover of the test track. And you know, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but this is a temporary test track. I'm not sure that they're going to remove it, but they are going to be putting in a 1.5 mile test loop, and it's going to go in the north end of the factory. And that is happening this year. That's going to be part of the next phase besides the building expansion. The 1.5 mile test loop is coming in right here. This will probably be right about one end of it. The place is big enough for that, but it's going to be nice. I don't know if they're still going to do a pond in the middle of it, but they're definitely going to be doing that this year. You guys got any questions, please feel free to spit them up. We're up to 52 people watching and still at 29 likes. Please hit that like button. iMelt says do it or else. I don't know what the else is. Please don't ask. But he's pretty threatening. All right, so here we're flying back. Here's the other end of the test track. I still think it's unusual. I don't understand why they made two big squares and then circles in it. I assume it's for some sort of testing, but what are they testing? If anybody has any idea, I'd love to know. Any news that you can update us on? Sorry, Elon. I don't really have much. It was an exciting week for Nikola last week because they had more orders announced, and I'm still waiting for one of these guys who, like TTSI, once they get the truck, or once they get the truck tested, and they actually put out something in the lines of, yeah, we like the truck, we want the additional orders. I think that's when we're going to see a big bump in the stock price, and maybe it'll actually hold for a while. So I think that's necessary. Oh yeah, also on the top here in the new section, we have the new AC units were put up. There were 4 of them. We went by on Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were still on the ground, and there was nothing there suggesting that they were going up. We go there Monday morning at 9 a.m., and they're all in place. So people were working this weekend, and they were getting things done. So I was pretty impressed to see that. Up here, we're taking another look over the employee parking lot so you can get a better shot of that. On the left-hand side, they've got bars coming out. You can see that. I'm going to pause it right here. This one right here doesn't have my mouse is moving it. All right, let's move this back. Okay, so these 3 right here, these 4 don't have covers on them. And you can see these caisson, or this tubing is put down into the hole, and then it's filled with concrete with a rebar cage in it. I don't see any of the rebar cages right now, but they were out there. So they dropped the rebar cages in there, fill it up with concrete, and you get a nice pretty foundation for your covered parking. The covered parking that we do not know whether or not this will have solar. You guys can keep asking me, and I'm going to keep lying, saying I don't know. Nah, I really don't know. I would hope that they do. Lucid's got the covered parking going up, and it's got some really good looking solar on there. I don't know how far they're going with theirs, but I think at any time now a company like this puts up anything with like covered parking, they've got to do solar. I would be really disappointed if they didn't do solar. I know that their electricity is real cheap. Yeah, we're getting a nice close-up view of inside that truck, and there's nothing really that's going to define anything for us. Nothing really helpful in there. Too bad. But yeah, they need to get solar on there. Like I said, I'd be really disappointed if they didn't. So let's see what happens. And covered parking is kind of important out in Arizona in the summertime. Inside of your car will get to about 160 degrees. I'm not kidding about that. I know the outside of your car, I once took one of those little temperature scanners, and I had a black truck at the time, and the hood of my truck, it wasn't even on. The hood of my truck was 165 degrees. And I had a car next to it that was white, and I did the same thing, and that car was about 140 degrees. So definitely a difference with the colors. Let's see, Daniel also said, I'd love to visit and drive their tray. Yeah, I would love to take it for a test drive too. I did email Nikola again this past week and ask him, hey, so are we at least still on for March? And again, I didn't hear anything back. So I think the tour that I was promised is probably not going to happen at this point, which is disappointing. But I don't have control over that. Let me get that, that little annoying thing out of the way there. There we go. All right, there's the water campus. Not much going on over there. They've got a pile of blocks in that corner, and that area just looks like there's just room for so much more. And the way they put that wall, I just wonder what else is going to be going out there. Could it be a hydrogen generating station right next to the water supply? I don't know. That could work. That could work. So now we're just scanning over the site. This area on the left is going to be where that test track is going to be. 1.5 miles of it. And the rest of this is going to be pretty empty as far as all the site plans that I've seen. Things obviously can change, and I still haven't gotten my updated site plans from the town of Coolidge. And I emailed Casa Grande. I said, hey, where are my site plans for Lucid? And they said, oh, well, we'll look into it. So kind of getting that, which is a little disappointing. I'd like to actually get them. So here we're a nice slow turn coming over the factory, and we can see everything in there all at once. The Dynamometer building and the wash station directly to its right. I'm going to go back up there and show you, but you know that little thing's going to pop up. Okay, so that's the wash station, Dynamometer building, and I believe right here is going to be a hydrogen stack, is what I saw on site plans. So that'll be cool if they can store a whole bunch of hydrogen there. So we got our tent, and then, oh, that's it. Okay, well, let's go back for 1 second. All right, I was just going to show you. This is the view right here. We got the truck over there. This is where they come out of. Charging station right there. And I imagine there's going to be trucks coming out of this window in the future. This is our list of Patreons. Hey, Patreons, thank you. We appreciate you. A couple of you are on here. So I appreciate everybody's help who is a Patreon. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got a link to that Anheuser-Busch video? I'd love to put that up, but I just couldn't find the link before we started. I saw it on Twitter, but that'd be nice if we could show that. Or did I see that on YouTube? I'm not sure, but it's so far back in my history that I couldn't find it. How many square feet do you think the factory has right now? I'm going with the main factory is 375,000 square feet. That does not include the battery building. That building is about another 16,000 square foot. I'm basing that on, we had measured each square that they put up. Each 4 columns is 75 by 75 feet. And we did the math on that and how many sections that they put up. And it's about 375,000 square foot. The next section is going to probably be in the area of 200,000 square foot to complete that building. That building is, once it's complete and it has that section up, they're going to skip some space, it looked like, in between the two buildings. And between the two buildings, I'm not sure what they're putting. It may just be landscaping and things like that. And then they're pretty much going to duplicate the size of the building on the other side. This side that we're looking at is a backwards L, and then they're going to make a correct L on the other side. It's also going to have a paint shop in there, and that paint shop is going to be a little bit taller than the rest of the factory, according to the site plans, that is. JKM, there's going to be some huge announcements coming in the next few months. Hang tight, everyone. Are you just hoping, or do you know something? So, I mean, I think that there's going to be a lot of announcements coming up, especially once they get TTSI to say, yeah, we're good to go with this stuff. Because I just really think that's going to be a big thing for different companies and other people seeing it like, all right, well, TTSI is doing it, we need to do it. Imel says to JKM, when will they invite Bear to the factory? kind of discussed that already. And the next comment says where. I don't know what that's referencing. JKM, expect the orders to start heavily rolling in now with California EV $120,000 credit. That is actually pretty awesome. Somebody had mentioned that there's a limited amount of funds for that, and which is good and bad. The good part is Nikola's ahead of the game as far as getting these trucks out, so they'll be able to put out a lot more trucks before other companies can start rolling them out, so they can take more advantage of the credit than other companies before that runs dry. Milton says, everyone comment under Nikola new driving challenge to invite Bear to the factory since they promised. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start a little grassroots movement here and go to the new driving change, and let me see if someone has already done that. Let's see, driving change. We're going to bring this up here in a minute once I get it. Let's see, that one's 8 months ago. That's not it. Let's go right to their page, and we got driving change season 2 episode 4 from an hour ago. Let's bring this up, and I'll put it up on the screen on the left. Maybe. Let's minimize that. Bring this up. I'll get that going for you. Let's see. Visceral Ace is on there making comments already. JKM, you've already made a comment. There it is. I'm Mel. Still haven't invited Bear to the factory. You guys owe him and promise him. Please, as a thank you, let him drive a tray. Nikola to the moon. I'm going to go ahead and like it. What do you think I should say in there? I would drive one. Anytime. All right. You guys got to be part of my comment there. Let's take a look and see. Let's bring this video back and let's take a look at it. Let's see. Trying to look at this and see if I can identify where they're at. No, wait a minute. I think I knew where that was. Wait a minute. Ah, an ad. An ad. JKM says, I know. Insider info, can't divulge them under oath. All right, you can tell me privately. No harm in that. So, nice. The video went to the next one. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out where this thing is not cooperating here. It keeps going to the next video. Let's see here. Bullhead City. Okay. Well, it looks like they're going to tell us. All right. So there's Nikola 8. God, we've seen Nikola 8 all over the place, but it looks like it's different colors now. I thought Nikola 8 was all black or all white. Yeah, that's weird. Maybe the 8 is not their identifying number. Maybe they put an 8 on all of them. Let's see. JKM. Yeah, JKM, PM me. I'm interested. I'll keep it quiet. Mostly. What people do not understand about trucking is California regulates the trucking industry because too much freight comes out of California. Many states will follow when California bans diesel. Yeah, it's true. I hate to say that they're a leader in it because they kind of overregulate a little bit. Going up Arizona 68, a 6% grade for nearly 12 miles. That's pretty steep. I don't know if you guys have driven on grades a lot, but I think there's actually legal limitations to what a road can be as far as grade level for a road like that. Sebastian, hi guys, hi Bear. I'm late, sorry. A few rumors on the way. What do you expect in the future or further cooperation? I see more orders, and I see the people or the companies that have gotten the trucks are going to be finalizing their deals. They're going to like what they see, and they are going to say, let's take the other 90 that we ordered. So I think that's definitely in the future. Well, the truck looks pretty good, moving pretty quick. Hope it's not in fast motion. But yeah, they're going uphill, not downhill for all you haters. JKM says they pulled the 82,000 pounds up the grade of death with no problems whatsoever. You know, I don't have sound on this. Is that what they're calling it, the grade of death? I've gone up some of these mountains, like pulling a fifth wheel, and it can get pretty bad. I had an F350 dually going uphill, and the F350s don't do too bad. They're only pulling 15,000 to 20,000 pounds. You know, these are 40,000 pound trailers. And you see these trucks going up there, and they're all in the right lane, going 25 miles per hour, because that's all they can do. They'll have the flashers on, sort of like this. I wonder where they pulled over. Pull off area. Okay. Another set of. Oh, they're just checking the truck out. Yeah, but these trucks, there'll be lines of them, 5, 6, 7 of them, and they're all just moving along at a very slow pace, 25 miles per hour with their hazards on. And it's difficult. It creates a lot of traffic, especially like when I'm pulling a trailer and I come up to them. I have to now match the speed of everyone else going up the hill, and they're going 70. I can only go 55. So either I'm going to slow down that entire lane so that I can pass, or I'm just going to have to sit behind the guys going 25. And it's happened numerous times. So you make a choice. Oh, I think I could pass them within, like, it's going to take 2 minutes to pass them, but it's difficult. So if we can get these trucks actually moving faster up these large grades, it will really be a big problem for the diesel trucks. They can't do it, and other truckers are going to see fully loaded trucks passing them. They're going to be like, what's going on with that? I don't want to drive this truck anymore. I've got technology from the last century. It's not working. Let's see. What's good, Bears Workshop? I've heard that they got another set of orders on these trucks. True. Yeah, they've had a bunch of orders come in. I think 3 different ones in the last 2 weeks. And who knows what tomorrow will bring. First thing in the morning we check, see if we got any new orders. Let's see, JKM, they pulled the 82,000 pounds upgrade of death with no problems whatsoever. That's awesome. That really is. I'm telling you, it's not easy pulling up these hills. Lockport, they'd better start producing, because 120K state subsidy, or California state subsidy, won't last forever. That is true, and I think they'll be able to get all the money out of it if they could. All they need to do is put out a couple hundred trucks, send a bunch of them to California, and they're good. JKM, supply will be the problem. Supply will be the problem, not demand. That's true. And Sammy says, go Nikola in 2022. Number 8 truck. That thing is a beast. That thing is all over the place. Though I think there's more than one number 8 truck now. Just because I know there was a number 8 that was on a white truck. So I don't know what that 8 now represents. I was hoping it was a number, or identifying number, but it's obviously not. All right, what else you guys got? You guys got any questions for each other? I'm going to recap what's going on this week. Tomorrow we have live streaming with B&B. We're going to be on at 4 p.m. Pacific. Later today, we're working on a video for the Cyber Quad for kids. I'm the kid, so I'll be on that. And we'll hopefully get that video out either today, tomorrow, or real soon. It's not something that's pressing, but we're going to get that done. And so look for that, because that's a fun little toy. We have our Lucid live stream will be happening on Wednesday. What time you say? Probably about 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then we'll have our regular flyovers of Nikola and Lucid. Not Nikola. That would be if they merged, I guess. It'd be Nikola. So Nikola and Lucid flyovers on Wednesday and Friday. Let's see. That's good. I'm looking forward to the future. About 300 shares, looking for more. Well, they're at a good buy price, I think. Newsom is putting in over $2 billion for drayage and trucks. I'm not sure what drayage is. With infrastructure for a 22-23 budget. And JKM Bear, did you buy back into Nikola? You sold? Yes, I did. I had sold, I think it was about 500 shares and I sold them at about 11 something, and then I bought them back under 10. So I made like $550, but I just put it back into more shares, so I just have more shares of Nikola. But all my spare coin is in Nikola right now. I think it's somewhere around 1,500 shares. JK, I'm going to hit 20,000 shares this week. Wow. Stay in the nines. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. I'm going to take this ad off. We're going to go back to this screen. And then we'll adjust the camera. I'm going to have to fix those so that they're matched up. So that's what we got going on this week for videos. I hope you guys tune in for them, whether it's Lucid or Nikola or the Cyber Quad for kids. So that's going to be fun this week. You got drayage equals trucks at ports. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not fluent in everything. I just pretend like I am. Let's see. Gabriel, hi. I'm following you from Italy. Iveco, CNH country, the Nikola main partner. I believe in Nikola. Well, thanks for watching. It must be pretty late over in Italy right now. But hey, you know, maybe I'll put you to sleep or something. So let's see, we're about 36 minutes. We got about 60 people watching. You guys got any of the questions? Anything that you at the site that you might want us to take a look at that we haven't taken a good enough look at for you guys? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see if we can get that done on Wednesday. Again, we're at 30 frames that are waiting to go in, and we also had some other materials that were piling up. They look like some sort of frames or some sort of holders. They were orange, and they looked like they were severely worn, as in like they had delivered other stuff in the past. So let me see if we could find that on this video. I don't know what they are. They were right by the frames. Zip through this. And if anybody can identify what these are, let's see if we can get a view of them. They're right here in this corner. But there was a whole lot more on Friday, and we got in there and looked at them, and I mean, they're right next to the pallet, so they look like they're used for shipping something, but I'm not sure what they would be shipping. If anybody knows, you know, send us a message or put it in the chat. All right, so anybody think we're going to have more orders announced this week? Because I have a feeling we're going to have at least one more. I'm not sure why, it's just a hunch. I'm not good with hunches. Otherwise, I'd be a millionaire by now. Switch. Oh, crap. Look at that. I did it again. All right. Yeah. So these are the items right here. These orange frames. They're well worn. And they're just, we don't know what they're for. If anyone has an idea, if you look back on Friday's video, we got in real close to them, and we just didn't know what they were. So we're going to get ready to wrap it up here if we don't hear any more comments or any more questions from anybody, but I do appreciate everybody being here. I think we've gone over everything that's coming up in the construction site. We're hoping to see the covered parking going up soon, or at least getting all those utilities done so that they could pave it, and then maybe they'll put the covered parking in after. Hopefully we'll also see another couple of trucks come out now that we've seen a couple frames go in. We're going to try and figure this out. We're going to do some crazy math to try and figure out how long between each frame going in and before we see new trucks. So J-Cam Bear, has Nikola done better than you thought for 2021 and beginning of 2022? Yeah, they really have. When we first got into this, we got into this by chance because we wanted to do something like this. And Nikola, I had heard of Nikola before this, and I had already bought some stock. And I was like, oh, well, Nikola's building a building. And then everything that happened in September of 2020, we're like, well, this may not last long, but let's do what we can. Let's see what we can record out there. At least we're going to be in the know, and then we can share it with people and tell people what we're seeing. And did I think that they would be producing trucks this quickly? I wasn't really all that confident. because with everything that happened with Trevor Milton, you just didn't know if it was for real or not. And then when we started, it was they had done the grading in July and September, and they didn't put up their first piece of steel, I think, until Christmas Day, or like right around Christmas Day. So it took a long time before you saw anything really happening there. But there was problems with permits, which I found out after the fact. Let's see. What are we talking about here? Any communication with going inside? No. Well, it's been a one-way communication thing. I just haven't heard anything. I don't think it's going to happen, but we're still hoping for it. Let's see. How many trucks can this plant produce? In its current configuration, once they're done with that section, their capacity was either 2,000 or 2,500, but that's their capacity assuming that they don't have any supply issues. So that's where they're at. I think it was 20. Let's say 2,500, but the thing that's going to hold them back from producing that amount is just being able to get all the supplies that they need. And that's from Kim Brady. iMelt says they lied. Lockbird, probably not making it inside. Lockbird says capacity is set to be 2,400 on 2 shifts whenever they get the building extension completed and production equipment installed and set up. Well, we will be the first to know on the outside when that production equipment moves inside. It was still there on today's flyover, and they get put in a nice big pile so that we can see it every time we go out there. But I just figuring they're finishing up utility work and whatever else needs to be done inside that new section, and then they'll start bringing in those items. They have floors that have to be put down, or the type of flooring. So all that has to be put down before you can put in that equipment. So that's about it. If you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to wrap it up here, and I'll try and drag this out so it's like more than 30 seconds in case someone pops in that question right at the last second. So I do want to thank everyone for being here. I hope everyone has hit that like button, not twice though, because you'll unclick it. Just hit it as hard as you can, and take a look at our Patreon account down below if you want to help support the channel. The drones aren't cheap. Going out there every other day is not cheap, and getting all this done. We're just looking to help offset our costs on things like this. So please take a look at our Patreon account. We would appreciate that. If you want to see more content like this in the future, you know what to do. You subscribe. Even hit that bell for notifications. And thanks again to all of our patrons for the support that they have given us. They are a big help in keeping this channel going. So thank you, Patreons. And at this point, we're going to say farewell until Wednesday. I know we'll have another one tomorrow. Fast charging with B&B tomorrow. Last comment, when Sandy was there, it looked pretty empty inside. Yeah, not really. It's just selective of where you're looking. I know at the end of the factory line, they don't have much set up there, but they have different bays and different stations where they had trucks sitting. So you're looking for a production line. There was never supposed to be one there, not in that part of the factory, because that part of the factory will be actually it's a warehouse, because that is where all the docks are. So anyway, good seeing you guys. We'll see you soon.